After identifying our content object, the next step would be to group them. And let me show you here. Actually, like this is BCIT's website, okay, and what we can see in this landing page, we see some content objects here, there, and here as well, some links. But as you can see, for example, welcome, there are some subcategories or submenus here. Learn, some submenus. Connect, some submenus. And we have this kind of what we call hierarchy. Okay, so each of these would be a group of some content objects. Like here, the content objects are pages. Okay, we also have in the main menu, for example, we go on admission, then we see that, okay, there are other pages here. So these are the next level of hierarchy. Okay, so these could be content objects again. So if I go to, for example, future students, so there I would see other kind of local navigation. So in this page, I also have some content objects that are grouped there under these groups. Okay, how to apply, entrance requirement, and when I click, I go to another place with some other groups. So basically, grouping is a way of sorting things. Okay, sorting content into an architecture that user could easily find them. That's the reason it's very crucial how to categorize the things and how to group the items, content objects, so we would be able to create a kind of findable and usable digital product. Okay, so in order to do so, what we usually do, we use card sorting. Card sorting is a technique that we use to organize the things that we have. Okay, so it's a way of finding the best organization, like by grouping the items. Okay, so I want to show you here another example. Let's say, for example, this is my user workflow here, and there I identify these content objects here. Okay, this is one of the projects. So I have lots of content objects on this side. So I have some other content objects on the other side. Everywhere that I have an activity in my workflow diagram, I have a content object designed for that. Okay, so this is the first, like the starting point of my architectural design, basically. Okay, so when I identify those content objects, the next step is to go to do a card sorting to see how I should group these things. Okay, so I use UXtweak for this purpose, but there are tons of different online platforms that you can do this kind of card sorting. Okay, so I hit this button, new studies, and I choose card sorting, and then I see open, closed, and hybrid, 3 different types of card sorting. Basically, when we talk about open card sorting, it means that the user could group the items, the content objects, based on what they want. Like the groups are user defined. But closed card sorting means that you give them the groups and the content objects. Then the user should decide which content object or card here is, because it's called card sorting, belongs to which group. Okay, maybe let me show you here. Here I have an example. So this is the banking app application. So let me explain it this way. I identify a couple of content objects. I call them cards here. Okay, and I want to create some menu items and put these cards or pages or actions under those menu items. So basic things that I'm going to start with would be these 3 categories: accounts, transfer, services, and this is what I identified to begin with. But there are some cards that I'm not sure where to put them so the user would find them easily. And there are some other cards that I couldn't see where they belong here. That's why I let the user decide where to put them. So that's the logic. Like when you have some in your card sorting practice, you have your groups defined, like your menu items are defined, and you want to add cards to them or content objects to them. In this case, this is closed card sorting. When you want to let the user decide and group these things, and user could just go and group them by themselves and name the groups, and that in that case it's kind of open card sorting. And in case that, like for example here we have hybrid, it means that I know some groups or some menu item, but I want to let my user to decide about the others. Maybe and they want to like they want to add a new menu item. That's totally fine by me. So that's hybrid. Let's here in this case, let's choose hybrid, and then when I go there, I could name it, give it a name. Like here, I'm gonna go with like banking app, okay, and their language, that's fine. Then this is the name of the project that I'm doing, like the card sorting like test that I'm doing. Then I go to cards, and cards basically are those content objects that I identified, and I'm gonna add them here, like account, like all of them, like savings, for example, like those things that I had here. Savings, line of credit, loans. I'm gonna add all these things: international money transfer, move between my accounts, and everything. So I'm gonna add them one by one here: savings, checkings, or line of credit, and so forth. Okay, and I'm gonna add all these cards here. After adding the cards here, then I go to the category, and there I specify those basically those groups or menu items, the categories that I want to have. And here I remember what I had was accounts, transfer, service. Okay, I'm gonna go account, and then transfer, and then services. And because this is hybrid mentioned here, it means that the user could also add something to that. So here, messages, welcome message instruction, and all those things, I can change them, but I usually go with the default. Questionnaire, if I want to add a questionnaire afterward they answer some question, I can add them here. And branding, if I want to work for example for a company, I can use my own branding and everything. Okay, and then recruit, that would be as well. So if I launch this, it would I could copy the link and share it with the friends and potential users basically here, or I can see like a kind of a preview here, like no, for example, welcome, next, the instructions here, definitely we could change it, the description, everything, but I'm gonna go with that. And yeah, this is what user would see. Like user, like now I added only 2 cards. I'm gonna go back and add more cards definitely. But the user could select these cards or content objects as we talked about them, and they can place them. That a line of credit is a type of account, maybe, I don't know. Savings, definitely kind of account, and the user could drag and drop all these things under different categories, and then they can finish sorting. Or as you can see here, because this is hybrid, it means this kind of combination of closed card sorting with defined categories, or the user could drop them somewhere else, and then here they can change this category name to loans, for example. I don't know. Okay, so and if there was like mortgage, credit card, other things that they could add more here. But that's one of the things. And then I hit the finish button and save, done. But that was just preview. So this is the way that we launch kind of card sorting thing. So that's one of the things. So at the end, what we could see, it would be a kind of the result of all those basically how to categorize the content objects that we have, and that defines the actually part of our information architecture.